It's time to wake up.
Going to begin tonight with the president just moments ago saying schools must open in this country.
The country is now rolling back plans to
thousands of heavily armed soldiers.
Would undermine our Ukraine policy.
The articles of impeachment. We fell in love. Let him die slowly. I alone can fix it.
It's time to wake up.
Indelible in the hippocampus is the laughter.
Donald Trump will be the 45th president of the United States.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period.
Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts.
Regardless of recommendation, I was going to fire Comey.
I don't remember as much as I would like to.
This Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
The trauma-related experience then is kind of locked there, whereas other details kind of drift.
What neighborhood was it in? I don't know. Where's the house? I don't know. Upstairs, downstairs, where was it? I don't know. I am proud to shut down the government. I will be the one to shut it down.
We don't use cages for children in the border facilities.
It's not an interference. They have information. I think I'd take it.
A U.S. military spokesman says it has pulled out of Manbij, Syria, to make way for Russian-backed Syrian forces who have taken over the abandoned U.S. base.
It's under control.
Well, how? 1,000 Americans are dying a day.
They are dying. That's true. It is what it is.
We've all gone numb to survive the last 4 years. But it's time to wake up. It's time to fight back. Vote in 2020 like your life depends on it.
Well, because it might. Our lives might depend on it, and certainly the life of this country depends on it. We're worried about our democracy. That's why you hit Trump first. So look, we will be more uncivil than normal Democratic candidates or PACs. But also, we want to represent the underrepresented, and we want to make sure that we do it from perspectives that are progressive. So we were careful and on purpose set the framing as Christine Blasey Ford. So in a sense, we don't want to, just like she said, you don't want to go numb to all the horrors that have happened. What you want to do instead is fight back. And there is no better time to fight back than this election. So if you want to help put this ad on air more and more, go to helptherebellion.com. We've already raised some money. We want to raise more and more to put this and other ads on helptherebellion.com. And if we raise enough, we could also make a 30-second version and put it on television as well. Swing states where it can make a difference. Remember, Trump only won by 78,000 last time. Can this PAC make that much of a difference? I think almost certainly, but that depends on you guys. Helptherebellion.com. And then finally, I want to talk big picture one more time. Look, we're going to use it to help progressives in this cycle and definitely massively in the next cycle. And I want to get it to a point, we all do, where the Rebellion PAC is so strong, so overwhelming that they cry uncle. And they go, well, this isn't fair. I mean, you guys can raise unlimited money and keep spending it in these elections, and whichever election you come into, you guys win. So the minute we hear the rebellion is in the race is already over. That's a dream come true, because at that point, then they go, no mas. We got to get rid of super PACs and we got to get money out of politics. Goddamn right you do. Okay, so helptherebellion.com. We're coming. All right, now I'll bring in John and Anna for you guys. So that is your first look at our ads and what we got going on. What do you think?
I mean, the ad was powerful, and I definitely love Brianna Wu. I think she's exactly how you described her, incredibly strong. She's been through a lot, and nonetheless, she persists. I love Shoykart Chakrabarti. He is hated by corporate Democrats, so he's a great pick to work on this, PAC. The question I have for you though, Cenk, is how is this? Is this an addition to Justice Democrats? Are you working alongside Justice Democrats? Is this a completely separate thing? Like, how does this differentiate?
Yeah, it's completely different. And so will we be in a lot of races together? I'm sure we will, right? But will we be in some races that they're not in? Yes. And so there's a good reason for that. So, and what is the distinction here? What does Justice Democrats do, and what does the Rebellion PAC do? And why did I feel a need to create the Rebellion PAC? Justice Democrats helps pick the candidates. So they encouraged Cori Bush to get in the race in the first place. Now, what, 4 years ago, right? And so Cori Bush was the first candidate I ever talked to when I was at Justice Democrats. And by the way, she's going to be on the show next week. And then they helped the candidates with infrastructure, and they helped them win, right? And now this is a PAC. All it does is raise money and spend money on ads. So and I'm so glad you asked, Anna, because the reality is that the ads are really, really needed by progressives. They need the infrastructure. Yeah. They need the help of things like Just Democrats and other groups too, Our Revolution, PCCC, et cetera. They need that help, but they also need the money. And they have barely enough money to run their own ads, and they have almost no money to run attack ads. And so they got to build up their name recognition. Well, that's where we could come in. We could either help build up their name recognition or go after their opponents and do it in a way that no other PAC would do.
Yeah, if I could jump in, I would say I agree with Anna about the team. Seems like a great two people to be working on this with. The ad was strong, and as a nerd who's like designed things, I thought that the animation for the PAC at the very end, I thought that was good. I like it. I guess
so profesh.
It was very professional. It's good. The question I guess I would have is, so you have this ad which is sort of independent of any particular. It's not in support of one particular candidate or something like that. And you're talking about providing money for candidates to make their own ads. How do you figure out the split of those two things? Making generalized political ads and dividing money up amongst in particular candidates for them to then use for whatever.
So no, it's all good points and questions. First of all, we got a lot of surprises coming up. One of them is anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to tell you. But yes, the ads look great. Let's put it that way. And in terms of the logo, I love the logo. Brett, can you just play it one more time? Because and then I want to get to John's main question, because I want you to notice what the logo is. And we're going to put it in different colors. We're going to put it in the Pride color, Black Lives Matter colors, etc. It's the first two letters of rebellion, RE. And depending on how you display it, it could be a fist, it could be a flag, it's solidarity, it's foundation, it's equality, it's rebel, it's country, it's rebellion. Okay.
I think it's all of those things potentially. I think it's mostly a fist. If I had to say.
If you look at it, and you can see it by the way at rebellionpac.com or helptherebellion.com. If you look at it, it's equally a fist and a flag. That's why the logo designer did a fantastic job with it. And so there it is. And the flag is ours, and the fist is ours.
Be careful.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect. All right, and then John, sometimes we'll give money directly to campaigns, but more often we will do the ads for them. So we can't coordinate because it's a PAC. So Brianna will not talk to the candidates, and so we're not giving the money to them to run ads. They need money for a lot of different things, staffing, et cetera, et cetera. But likely independently, and that's how the PACs work. Independently, we'll go decide. And sometimes, by the way, they might say like, "Wow, you hit my opponent a little too hard. I'm not sure I agree with that." Like, well, it was a sad day. We're in the hard-hitting business. We're in the 2x4 business. So that's what happens when you don't coordinate. But it's also what happens when you finally have someone on your side.
This is exciting. I mean, I definitely think progressive candidates need some defense in the form of ads, because we've seen so many progressive candidates get targeted with ridiculous accusations. We've been talking about Alex Morse a lot on the show. We're going to update everyone on that story again today. So definitely stick around for that story after the break. But I think this is a great addition to Justice Democrats. And it's important to build strong progressive institutions so there's a level playing field. Right now, there's a lack of power on the left, and I think this could be a really great tool to really increase the power and help not only defend but amplify the message coming from progressive candidates.
All right, thank you guys. HelpTheRebellion.com, because here we come. And as I said a couple of days ago when I came back, I mean, it's kind of mixing metaphors here, definitely. But if you see me fighting a bear in the woods, help the bear. You're gonna need it. So here we go. And by the way, speaking of Massachusetts, likely we will enter some races in Massachusetts. So wait for the rebellion to show up there, which makes sense. It's a good state to start with.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.